Let's talk about what we might expect the real estate market to look like in 2023. Joining me now to discuss is founder of Jim Bottrell Real Estate Team of EXP, Jim Bottrell. Let's start with interest rates. Do you know, gosh, we were talking about these housing prices too. Are they falling? If so, tell us.
Well, first I want to say you guys have an amazing audience here at KUSI, and they pay attention because we were saying early on in the year, get out there before Super Bowl, buy the house before Super Bowl when the rest of the buyers show up for competition, and also interest rates to go up. They have done a fantastic job. Happy about that. But the housing market so far this year, and it's really still too early to tell, only 15 days into, but we're seeing the tale of two markets, and it's actually been really kind of a surprise. The first market was what we fully expected. Houses taking longer to sell, price reductions, and some houses not selling at all. The other market has been a surprise to all of us. We're seeing houses get 5 and 8 offers. Bidding wars, going $50,000, $80,000 over. When I figure out the trends, I'll come back and tell you guys, but that's been a real shock to us. But everything is going to hinge on interest rates. What happens? So we know that the CPI dropped to mid-6s, down from 9, so that's good. However, Powell, the chairman of the Fed, has said that he will stop at nothing until he can get inflation down into the 2s. So we're still 2.5 times what we should be. The Fed is meeting on February 1. We'll see, will they raise interest rates again? I say yes. How much are they going to raise it? I don't really know. And will that trickle down to mortgage interest rates? But I will tell you that if interest rates go up, housing prices will go down.
And why is that?
Okay, well, actually, I'm glad you asked that. It has everything to do with supply and demand. So real estate is not immune to a supply and demand function. So, for example, let's say that, we've seen interest rates go from 2.5% to 6.5%. So if you were to buy a $750,000 house when interest rates were 2.5%, your payment all in was going to be about $3,700. But if you go around today's interest rates, that payment's now $5,500. And now, mind you, it's the same house at the same price. So what that does is that lowers the demand for the people because they simply can't afford it. And again, real estate's not immune to supply and demand. Demand goes down, prices go down.
Interesting. And give us another example on that.
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that because this is a really good lesson, not just for the sellers out there, for the buyers. I'm going to tell you how some things work. So when somebody decides they want to buy a house, they go to a lender, and then that lender will say, okay, give me all your financials, and they qualify you on a payment. Now, what people receive is they get a word from the lender saying to go buy this price. That's not actually how people are qualified. Their lender actually qualifies them on a payment. Then they look at what the interest rates are and then reverse engineer that into a purchase price, because houses are listed for sale by purchase price, not by payment. So let's say you were the seller of a $750,000 house, and this was last January when rates were 3%. So you keep things simple, VA buyer, 100% financing, no money down. Just keeps the numbers really simple. That person who maybe hypothetically the lender qualified at $4,000 a month, if that lender will now reverse engineer that $4,000 at, let's say last January's 3%, and that lender would say, go buy a $760,000 home. Now, if you're a seller asking $750,000, that's your buyer. All right, there you go. Now, let's say this was May, where interest rates were 5%. That lender would go back, take that same $4,000 payment, reverse engineer it at 5%, and say, okay, buyer, go out and buy a $625,000 house. Now, if you were a seller at $750,000, you just lost your buyer.
Interesting.
And that's how that happens, and it gets a lot worse.
Wow, great advice. And also, you have a book that could help people as well. You have it in your hands.
Yeah, we do. It's fantastic. It's called the Book on Real Estate. So we got really creative on the title there, the Book on Real Estate. And I'm giving it away for free. And it's actually basically, it's a really simple read. It's something that I created based off of all my years of owning, investing, and selling real estate. And a lot of fun chapters inside there, simple chapters. It's fun. Like I said, it's an easy read, like renting sucks is a chapter. And then you have the lessons that wealthy people hope you never find out, the real life game of Monopoly, because I absolutely love the game of Monopoly because it's so accurate as to real life. It's a great lesson for everybody. I'm giving the book away for free. A lot of the chapters have QR codes at the end of them too. So if you want to see graphically a video, just point your smartphone at the QR code and a video will pop up where we graphically describe what happens, how the lesson that we were trying to teach. Now, I'm giving it away for free. Anybody who wants it, just go to jimsbookonrealestate.com. That's jimsbookonrealestate.com. Tell us you want the book and I'll send it to you for free.
That is brilliant, Jim, to have the QR code. This is so cool. I wonder if we have a closer look at this to see the end of each chapter. Look at that. That's pretty neat. Wow. You're going to help so many people, especially going into the new year. I know some people get so stressed out looking at these home prices, the interest rates increasing. So thank you so much for breaking it down. And before we go, I want to say Happy New Year to your daughters. Come here really fast.
Hey, girls, come here.
So two
quick.
of your 3 beautiful daughters,
Yeah.
Ashley and Haley.
Oh, you guys get to be on TV.
The older one is Haley, and your little one is
This
Ashley.
one's Ashley. This one's
Aw,
Haley.
look how
Look, you guys are on TV. Yay.
Well, thank
You're
you
over
so
there.
much. It's
Oh,
always
you
great
want her?
working with you, and we appreciate you being here and speaking to our viewers
Oh, thank you
about
so
the
much.
real
And thanks for
estate.
getting the girls on. They're going to be very excited about that.
Of course. Bye.
All right.
I get to see you.